In 2015, the founder of a website called The Silk Road was sentenced to life in prison. The billion-dollar black market site was once the premier online bazaar for drugs and other contraband, but it remained hidden from casual internet users for years because of something called the dark web. So what exactly is this dark side of the internet? If you think of the web like an iceberg, you've got the surface web up top. That's the internet you see and use every day. What's submerged is the deep web, an anonymous online space only accessible with specific software. And then there's the dark web. Now that's the part of the deep web that hides your identity and location.
The dark web is a series of encrypted networks that serve to anonymize people's use on the internet.
That's Matt Swenson. He's a special agent with the Department of Homeland Security, and his focus is on cybercrime. It's relatively easy for anyone to access this encrypted network. All it takes is downloading darknet software.
The most common dark web networks that we encounter right now are Tor, I2P, and Freenet. Tor is by far and away the most popular.
Tor stands for the Onion Routing Project. It was actually developed by the Navy for the government back in the mid-1990s, but it was open-sourced in 2004, and that's when it went public. It's now the dark web browser that the vast majority of people use.
Tor allows a person to surf the internet anonymously so that their web traffic is basically encrypted, and when they view the web, the encrypted traffic won't be attributed to them or their location.
To understand how Tor actually works, you need to know what happens when you typically search the web. Think of your IP address as an online identity. Any device you use to connect to the internet has one. So anytime you visit a website, you can be traced back to your exact location thanks to that IP address. The Tor browser looks like any other, except there's a whole lot happening that you don't see. Instead of your connection request bouncing from its origin right to its destination, Tor sends your request on a much more roundabout route. So let's say you're in New York and you want to search a site hosted in New Jersey. Instead of connecting you directly, the Tor browser takes you on at least 3 random detours called relays. So your request could go from New York to South Africa, from South Africa to Hong Kong, and then from Hong Kong to New Jersey. Tor is comprised of people from all over the planet who are donating their computers to the network. It has more than 7,000 relays to choose from. Bouncing your request around to random computers all over the world makes it much harder for people to find you. Software firm Hyperion Gray put together this map showing all 6,608 dark websites crawled during January 2018. Each screenshot is a site, and the content ranges from the nefarious to the noble. For some users, like journalists or whistleblowers, the dark web is just about identity protection, where individuals can share anonymous tips with the press on secure drop sites. But more often than not, it's tied to the world of cybercrime. Special agents like Swenson are looking for the kinds of users who want this full cloak of anonymity in order to mask their illegal activity. Putting a stop to this kind of crime has been described as a never-ending game of whack-a-mole for law enforcement. But even with the odds seemingly stacked against them, the anonymity of the dark web can sometimes play to the law's advantage. No ID and no location means you never really know who you're talking to.